Explain.
Hello, people of YouTubes. I'm a bad vlogger. Why? Because I made 2 vlogs and I didn't post them. Right now, my sister's the camera woman, so if there's bad video, it's my sister's fault.
Hey.
Is my whole body in here? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. I'm fat, so I gotta know. I went to the introduction of my channel and the other 2 vlogs that I didn't post. I mean, first of all, I didn't post them because I was having trouble with a serial code, and I wasn't able to get the serial code, so I have to wait for that. That's gonna happen probably January, early January. So wait for those 2 videos where I actually do rollerblading, inline, aggressive inline. Today I can't do any of that because all that stuff is in America. We don't have booters. So me, I'm gonna do something else. Skate park essentials. Things you should probably take to the skate park or be expecting to spend money on. So we're gonna start with, which paper is it? This paper. Hell yeah. Now these papers have all the things written down so I don't forget and I'm not stumbling through the whole thing.
I can't even understand your handwriting.
Don't worry about that. I understand it.
Okay.
Kind of.
Boy.
So the thing you need most, you need absolute most, are booters. You need actual skates. What's the point of going to the skate park if you don't have skates? Fake, weird parkour. That's about it. You need actual skates. I have the Razor Genesis G11s. That's a good skate. Skates. They're saying weird stuff about us. Those can cost anywhere from $120 to $500. Yeah, they're looking at us funny now. This is why they want to vlog up here, because now they're looking at us funny because they're fixing a truck over there.
They're like, what the heck are they doing?
Yeah. Second of all, you need a place to skate. You guys are thinking, these are skate park essentials. Of course I need a skate park. You don't need a skate park. This could also be flatlined. Clothing, I recommend some good jeans. But you don't really need clothes. All you really need is the skates to go to the skate park. Now, this is probably the part where you guys are more interested in. Protection. You guys need a brain bucket. You guys don't know what a brain bucket is? It's a helmet. A helmet, there's 2 types, uncertified and certified. Uncertified are usually a little bit more comfortable, while uncertified are not, but I said that backwards. Uncertified are not that comfortable, but not as strong. While certified are stronger and protect you more, but not as comfortable. Those can cost anywhere between like $20 and $80, depending. 80 is pretty high end, so I recommend a good $50 for those. The one I want is a Tony Hawk Triple or the AAA Tony Hawk edition. I'm gonna put a picture up right here, but that one cost me $54. After that, you should probably have some knee pads. Why knee pads? Why not elbow, wrist guards, or something else? Because when you fall, you can knee slide out of this. Scooter riders are most famous for doing this. You eat crap and you just slide on your knees. I swear. Now, for those, I'm gonna get 187s. Now, keep in mind, you guys are like, why should I listen to this guy if he's just a beginner? I'm a beginner in inline. I've been going to the skate park for 6 years now on the scooter, and I'm barely buying all my protective equipment. So all you really need is the skates. But I highly recommend getting protective equipment because there's been a lot of times I wish I would have. A lot of bruised knees, a lot of hitting my head on concrete. It's highly recommended. So yeah, knee pads can go between $20 and $80. Butt pads, if you guys probably have heard of tortoise pads, they're like shorts that are padded. Those I really want to get because I keep falling on my ass, and that really hurts. Those can cost between like $60 and $90. Tortoise pads are around 65-ish, around there, 70, depending on the one you get. Now, here's some things that I don't think, or wrist guards would be pretty good too, actually, because I've hit my wrist a good amount of times. Those cost probably $20 around there. I didn't really check. Oops, I didn't do my research. But, and some gloves. Oh yeah, look. Gloves are also really good. Not just because you don't want to scrape up your hands, But sometimes if you're skating in the summer, the coping's super hot or the coping's too cold, and gloves just protect your hands from weather as well. Those can cost you, some good mechanics ones cost you around like 10 bucks. And if you want some higher end ones, that's up to you. And things I think are completely worthless if you're gonna do aggressive inline are ankle braces, because I mean you really don't need ankle braces because the boot is like an ankle brace. You don't need, and I can't talk. And I don't think you really need elbow pads. I mean, naturally when you fall, you kind of fall on this part of your arm or this part of your arm. You almost never hit your elbows. So I wouldn't worry too much about elbow pads. Though I do really recommend a mouthpiece. Protect your teeth. If you guys know who Raymond Warner is, he doesn't have teeth. They're all fake. Well, his top ones. Why? Because he didn't wear a mouthpiece. So I recommend the mouthpiece.
There's like so much stuff going on in the background. Like the firework blowing and then like the yelling.
Hell yeah! I chose this spot and it's kind of hot and I'm like closing my eyes because I'm really
I'm wearing a
light.
sweater and the sun is right on my face.
I'm wearing a denim shirt.
One more.
I know, this is kind of hot. And then there's a bunch of people looking at us. So, this is kind of weird as a first time vlogger.
You'll get used to it.
Oh, yeah, you also don't, I really don't recommend a spine protector. The giant thing, you guys don't really need that because it's really heavy. Now, if you have a sensitive back or you want to go the extra mile, maybe if you're going to ever do something like the mega ramp, maybe you should consider a spine protector, but I feel like you don't need it that much. And a neck brace. You don't need a neck brace because the type of helmet you wear, which is open face, open cut, you don't, there's also like the BMX full cut helmets, which look like motocross helmets, which are way too heavy if you're doing something like aggressive inline and just doesn't look that good. You can wear a neck brace then, but with the kind of helmets, the regular skatepark helmets that you usually see, you can't really wear neck braces with those because your head is still gonna move around all funny. So yeah, and a cup. Yeah, people fall on their nuts all the time, but you don't really need a cup. And things I recommend. Why'd I put Mitch? I don't know why I put Mitch. Oh wait, miscellaneous.
Boy.
A water bottle, trust me. And you don't need to buy a hydro flask. I have a weird $10 Walmart water bottle that's lasted me so much longer than most hydro flasks. Most hydro flasks, they dent and all this stuff. They don't keep your water that cold. This bottle has been excellent for me. I forgot what it is. I'll show it in a part 2 of this video where I'm gonna show you what basically what's in my bag. What else?
What's in my skate bag?
Yeah, exactly. A backpack. I have an Element Mojave one, which the older ones, it's purple. I love this bag so much that like I don't want to give it up. It's all ripped and stuff, but I don't want to give it up because I've had it all years of high school. I've used it for basically everything, from skate park to school to
Traveling,
everything. For like what, 6 years?
You had it since freshman.
Before freshman year.
Then
I
I
had it
don't know.
since like 7th grade, and I just graduated. I've had it 4, 5, 6 years. Yeah, like 6 years. Well, more like 5.5. I got it.
Kind of.
6 years. Like 6 years. And I love that. I love that backpack. It's still in really good condition, even though I have some rips. There's a little time on the bottom. How much? What does it say?
9 and 7 seconds.
9 out of 20, no?
Yeah.
Cool. You got time. Another thing I recommend you taking your thing. This is really aggressive inline specific, and most inline specific. There are some exceptions. But take some shoes or sandals. One of my friends, he takes sandals just because it's so much easier to deal with. Instead of tying your shoes, you just take off your boots and slide in your sandal. But I usually just take my shoes. So you usually have those anyways. I would hope so. If you have skates, I would hope you have regular shoes to wear. So you probably don't have to worry about those. But a good couple of sandals. You can buy sandals if you really want to do that. Like $5.
Oh, let me take off my sweater. I'm actually getting really hot.
Alright, push pause. Pause, not stop.
There you go.
sky is blinding me. My eyes are too sensitive, so sorry if I look sleepy. That and I'm sleepy.
Boy.
I realize I'm rushing through these stuff a lot. It's just I already have 9 minutes of video, and this phone only has like 20 minutes of memory. But I am recording on a phone. Hopefully I'll be able to get a GoPro soon, and I wouldn't have to worry about memory, so I don't have to rush through this stuff.
Don't mind me shaking all the time, cause I'm literally holding the whole time while you're recording.
Yeah, she's holding it too, so I'm sorry for that. I realized I don't always tell you guys the prices, and the whole point is the cost of the skate park. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of just trying to go as quick as I can while being, I say entertaining as I can, but I'm not being that entertaining, huh? But yeah, the water bottle, good $10 I would recommend. Those bottles from Walmart I'll show you when I get back home. Backpack $15, so I'd say probably a good $80-$90. You know, don't spend too much on a backpack. Though the more you spend, the longer they last. If you just get a JanSports one, it's not gonna last you that long. And shoes and sandals, you usually have shoes, so I don't really recommend you spending money on that. And last, tools. Usually if you get skates, you're gonna come with a tool anyways, but sometimes you might want some extra tools. And this also involves stuff like shoe glue. And I know skateboarders are the only ones that use shoe glue because of the way their shoes wear, but they could also be kind of useful for skates. But all you really need is like I think it's like 3mm Allen wrench, and you're basically good with skates. So I think those were things I really recommend you get. This whole first page was all things I really recommend you get. But all you really need is boots. Boots and a place to skate. It doesn't necessarily have to be a skate park for you to get started into aggressive inline. I just realized it's probably not even a thing, just a skate park essentials. This is more of just like getting started. You are going to spend a lot of money. I can tell you right now, I've spent more than $1,000. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars in action sports in the last 6 years. So, yeah, it's going to cost you a little bit of money. But all you really need is $200 to get started. Now, here are some things you might want. Action sports apparel. This can be keychains, shirts. Basically, more apparel. But now it has action sports stamped on it. It can be a Razor shirt, ground control, Nitro Circus. I have a $199 shirt that I wore yesterday, and I was gonna film this video with, but it was too gloomy. It's gloomy today too. It's not that bright, but I decided to do it anyways because it's probably gonna burn the day it is sunny. I mean, I put Woodward in here. If you guys don't know what Woodward is, it's basically a huge action sports camp. Basically, I just thought, oh, you can really just do anything from flat ground. Of course, this is all stuff you might want. So this means stuff that's more expensive. Woodward is one of the best skate parks and training facilities in the world for action sports. So that's something you might want to consider if you're really up to that level and really want to progress that far. You might want to invest in some cars and transportation. My park is a walking distance away, but it still takes me half an hour to get there. Another skate park, which I used to scooter to with all my friends, was an hour and a half away, and it was uphill. You can do that, but you might also consider taking a bus, getting a car. A lot of this stuff is if you're older, by the way. If you're a kid, you probably don't have to worry about some of this stuff. But you might want to get a car or a motorcycle, something to get you far away. To go to different parks, you can travel to other cities. And yeah, you might want spare parts. Now, usually the way people do it is once something's breaking or something's basically worn out, then they buy it. Some people just straight up buy a bunch of parts and they're like, I'll stick that on when I need it. But usually, if you have worn down wheels, you can buy new wheels and just keep the worn down wheels. So if something ever happens to those wheels, like they chunk really bad or something, you can just throw the old ones on. You might want a more expensive backpack, some wax. Some of this stuff is street orientated, and if you want to be a street rider, you might want some wax to wax down some ledges. Even at a skate park, you probably need wax. I mean, that's why everybody else hates us, right? Because we over wax everything. And really, for skate park, for street, you could also get sandpaper to grind down some ledges. You can get some Bondo to close up some of the gaps. If you guys don't know what Bondo is, it's just like adhesive. And yeah, that's about it for street riding. You could also want more tools, extra tools, spare tools, all kinds of fancy tools. What's this? Powder? Oh yeah, powder for your boots because they are gonna smell. I can tell you that now. They're gonna smell really bad, so you might want to get some smell good for your boots. The camera, GoPro is highly recommended. That's what I'm gonna try to do for both vlogging and I want one because it'll be really cool shots, action sport shots, and it'll just be a lot easier to handle. Small broom and brush, that's for brooming street spots. Sandpaper, I already told you guys. Not grip tape, though you could also use grip tape. I think family just got here. Cool. Lights, I really recommend this. This is all for older people. If you're a kid, you likely just go to the skate park or maybe your parents take you. That's completely fine. Don't worry about that. But if you're going to do more street riding and stuff like that, I recommend you be a little bit older, maybe a minimum age of like 16, maybe a little bit older if you can. If you do that, you might want to take flashlights out with you, all kinds of lights. Maybe a lamp, a little flashlight, something just to help you out. Because sometimes it's really hard to see at night, even in the big city. Big lights, I already said that. Protection, and not from the skate park. If you're going to do street riding, you might go to some sketchy spots and you might want some protection. You might want to carry something like a brass knuckle, a pike, maybe a knife. Though I don't really recommend you going super lethal, and then you also have to check into laws. If you're going to carry around a knife, make sure you're allowed to in your city and you won't get arrested. Me, I'm probably going to try to get some brass knuckles since me and my friends have been street riding a lot more, and it can be pretty dangerous, so you might want to carry something like that with you. Just make sure it's legal in your town, and make sure if you're a kid, I might not even recommend street skating at those kind of spots. So you might want to shoelace or shoestrings. Why? Your boots ones might mess up and you might need some new ones, and they could also be a really good belt. You might want some personal boxes, ramps and rails. If you guys can't go to an actual skate park, make your own. You might want some friends, because you know what? As fun as being lonely is, having friends is usually a lot better. You might want a girlfriend. That'd be pretty fun too. And something that basically everybody takes are headphones or earbuds. I recommend earbuds. They're smaller. Why? You can listen to music while you shred, and sometimes you get into it. One of my friends, he was relearning backflips, and the only way he was able to do it is if he stuck in his earbuds and listened to a song. That's what some people need. You might want some phone lenses. So like I have a phone lens for this phone. Basically they're just little clips that go on your phone. You can get a fisheye out of your phone. They're pretty interesting. And most of all, the most important thing of all are stickers.
Oh my god.
Stickers are life. Everybody loves stickers. Who doesn't want a sticker? So yeah, I have that. And on the other paper, I have a personal account of some things I've spent money on. Now, this one's going to go quick because I made it really, really short. But so far, what I've invested for just inline has been my skates, which are the Razor Genesis G11s, which were $200. I'm not including shipping and handling stuff, so they actually cost me more. A backpack, which was the Anime Mojave one I told you, which was $80. Some Zax wax, which was like $2, $3. A water bottle, I forgot the company name, but I freaking love it. It was $11. And some earbuds, which were actually given to me by my girlfriend, which are some Bluetooth Skull Candy ones, which were $40. And then why'd I put $70? I don't know why I put $70 here. But everything came out to $404. Why did I put $70?
I don't know, you're the one who made this list.
I know.
And your paper's about to blow away.
Now I've also spent money on other stuff. Before this, I was a scooter rider, and I bought a KOS Envy Soul when I think it was the S3 when it first came out, and it cost me $400. So that's just $800 right there already. Plus an Envy shirt, which is $20. Transportation, I spend money on all the time. Sometimes my friend picks me up and I pay him gas money, a few bucks. So I spent a bunch of money on that. And don't even tell me how much I spent on the store. These are just gas stations, and I've spent $20 at a time. And I've been to the skate park hundreds of times. So like 200 bucks? I don't know. Not 200 bucks though. I've spent a lot of money getting snacks and food. That's other things I recommend. Snacks. You're gonna be at the skate park for a couple of hours, so I recommend you get some snacks. Now, things I want to get right now, this is how much I'm gonna spend now that I've already been to the skate park. I'm gonna get my pads, my helmet, which is a Tony Hawk edition one, my 187 killer pads, tortoise pads, and I want to get some brass knuckles. Just with the protection, it's already gonna be $159 plus the brass knuckles, which are gonna be like $179. I'm gonna be spending roughly $200 on just protection. Now, all this being said, yes, it can be very expensive, and I spent a lot of, and I thought I don't even spend that much. My friend in just scooter parts has probably spent close to $2,000 on just scooter parts. That does not include protection, transportation, and all this other stuff. Yes, it could be very expensive, but if you really, really want to do it, all you need is 200 bucks, or not even 200 bucks. There's Razor cream skates that cost like 120. That's all you need. And there's free skate parks everywhere. And if there's no skate park where you're at, there's always flat ground. So there's no excuse to you not starting. If you really, really want to get into this sport, don't do what I did and wait 2 years or 3 years. Just buy your skates, buy your booters, and that's all you need. Of course, I do highly recommend you get some protective gear. Because trust me, I've fallen on my head, I've scraped my knees, and falling on my head some more, and I really wish I would have had a helmet during those times because it really freaking hurt. So yeah, I'm gonna light this now.
Oh my god.
Because we're in Mexico, and who gives a crap here?
You taught me how to turn on a lighter.
Yeah, I taught her how to turn on the lighter because she was scared. Yeah. Dominic, give me that paper. This is my little brother. He came up here like in the middle of the whole video.
And I don't even know where he left my sweater.
He took it downstairs.
Oh, okay.
How much time do I have left?
For the time that you're using, 53 seconds, and then 31, 1 second.
I have 10 minutes left. Really?
Mhm.
That's surprising. Yeah. So if you guys really want to get into inline, you guys don't need to spend that much money. All you need is a couple of bucks and to go to the skate park. You usually have water at your house, so all you really need is a cheap water bottle that can probably cost you like $1. You don't even need to buy a backpack, in all honesty. But I do recommend getting a backpack. I highly recommend getting a backpack. Why? Because you might want to take your water bottle. You might want to take. You want somewhere to. Yo, look, point over there. He's peeing. All right, point back over here.
Oh, okay.
I recommend a backpack, because trust me, you really are gonna need it. I used to think I have nothing in my backpack. What's the point? Of course, that's when I was a scooter rider, so I didn't really worry about my shoes. But you know, you put your shoes in there. You can carry your skates in there when you have your shoes on and you're walking. And I only recommend this when the park is empty or there's only people you know. You can put your phone, wallet, and keys in there. Other than that, you should probably just carry it on yourself because people do steal backpacks, so be ready for that. You can put your knee pads, all your protection in there. If you go to the store, you can put all your chips and water bottles in there instead of carrying them in your hand. And if you have camera gear, you can put that in there too.
Oh my.
Trust me, backpacks are very useful. Why didn't this middle part break? Ow, it's hot. Oh, it's still hot, but there's no fire. Why?
It just blew away.
Yeah. You guys like the view here? I'm sorry I'm so boring. I'm just feel very awkward, you know, because this is YouTube. This is weird. Why do people talk to cameras? Oh look, there's some guy running across the field.
You can see like a white dot running around.
So yeah. Jasmine, Pirate, go around over there. Those are avocados. I'm showing you guys the ranch. That's where my uncles live. Some of my uncles live. This is actually not a house. This is the garage / warehouse. That's the house over here. Yeah, let's go over here.
Ow, my foot.
That's actually, no, that's not my room. My room's on the other side. That's the top floor of the house, the bottom floor. All this is kind of just like garage area. And if we go over here, excuse me, our famous pine tree. And then beautiful garden. And then, I don't know what land we're to dig in. Chickens! There's chickens. Look at all those ducks.
What?
Get it? Because it's actually chickens this time, so instead of saying chickens, I said ducks.
Oh, okay.
We used to have goats in there. We don't anymore. We used to have pigs over there. We don't anymore.
Because we killed them all?
So they sold them, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
I think we did kill 2 of the pigs, though.
And a cow ear.
There's a cow right there. There's actually a cow and a calf in there.
There was a cow in the middle of your video that got up and its head popped out.
Well, there's a cow and a calf down there, and then there's another cow over there. Let me check how much time I have. Holy crap, I still have like 5 minutes. Sick. My uncle's house is up there. My other uncle's house is up there. If you guys look right here, this would be my close family's house. So mine, Dominic's, Jasmine's, my mother Veronica, and my father Pedro. We're all gonna live in that house. Peter. You're gonna live in this house. This house? You might be thinking, wait, isn't this your house? No, this is my grandparents' house.
That
And
we're
then
just saying.
we have our little lake over there. The corral's over there. That's not our corral. That's not the city's.
And
All this right here, basically, there's a river over there, and all those trees, and all the way up there, and over there,
Oh my
And-
god.
all over there,
This
and-
became like what you need / a tour.
/ a tour.
cows out.
This is all my grandpa's property, plus some more properties up there. And then if you're Mexican, you would probably know that your grandparents usually don't tell you all the property they have. So we probably have more. Look, there's car. Wait, what should we? Car. There's
Car?
There's a car.
Where?
There's cow. What should we name the cow? 3462 is his tag.
I don't know, but there's a big old pile of poop right there.
It's okay. So yeah, skate park essentials. I kind of just mumbled through it. I'll probably make a part 2 with what I really have. I'll probably do what's in my back, like my sister said. All you really need is your booters. I highly recommend a helmet because I've fallen on my head a good put. Falling on your knees and stuff like that, it hurts and it sucks, but not as much as falling on your head.
I'm just gonna sit on this chair.
So I really do recommend getting a helmet. Knee pads is highly recommended because it'll make bailing, especially for us. Every other sport, maybe WCMX, BMX, probably FMX. Yeah, FMX, even though it probably sucked to bail on FMX. Supercross, scooters, skate, they all could bail onto feet.
I was looking at my elbow and I realized I had the camera pointing at your stomach the whole time.
Dang it. Now they can see how fit I am. Anyways, all that stuff. All those other sports can bail onto their feet, which is a lot easier than just falling over. Because us as rollerbladers, we can't bail onto our feet. Why? Because we just fall right back onto our skates. So we actually have to fall for us to bail. So that's why I say knee pads, because that's something you guys can slide onto. And backpack, I highly recommend that one too. And if you're gonna do street skating, things I really recommend is probably just some good flashlights if you guys are gonna stay out late. That not just for protection, but because that would just look really badass. Really good videos, and I would kind of suggest protection, such as brass knuckles, pike. I wouldn't recommend something like a gun, unless you're really into that, and if you have the proper paperwork for that. Don't be all gangster-like and just get an illegal weapon and carry it around with you. why. That's kind of messed up. I mean, I feel like guns are more for your house, not for out. So that's why police are there. Sure, police don't get there on time, so that's why you should just carry yourself like a knife or brass knuckles and stuff like that. Anyways, knives are more deadly than guns anyways. So yeah. Carry around a pocket knife. Carry around a pike. If you guys don't know what a pike is, it's just a pointy little stick thingy. Or carry around brass knuckles. That's what I'm going to try to do. Yeah, I don't know if this video is going to have an outro because I'm using a phone editor. You're going to see kind editor somewhere in one of these corners. I believe it is this one. Or this one. This one. Yeah, this one. So, hope you guys are having a great time. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. And, you have anything to say, Dominic? Nah, he don't love you guys. He hates you guys.
No.
Hope you guys had a great Christmas, and I hope you guys have